Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to second this motion. And Mr. Speaker, before I do so, I beg you to allow me. This chairman who has just presented this, moved the motion, Eddie there, Okech, and myself, Senator Abdallah there, Esther Kenyuri, and Honorable Mariam. We have spent a lot of time painstakingly listened to all commissions, combed through this budget policy statement to bring you a quality report. See the level of participation in the House. Mr. Speaker, we are joking. We've been saying all over that, Senate should be given an opportunity to look at the budget. The National Assembly should not be the only one doing it. Where are we today when we are discussing the same matter of the little intervention that we have been given? This deceit must end in this country. Leaders have come to Nairobi to joke with the lives of wananchi. Today, Mr. Speaker, thanks to the lead that we were given by the chair, I have made shocking discoveries in the budget policy statement. Honorable Richard Onyonga has been speaking time without end about budgeted corruption. Inside this budget policy statement, truly there is documented evidence of budgeted corruption. Mr. Speaker, the way they have done it in this one is that they have taken 29.77 billion shillings that is supposed to go to counties, have taken it to the national government. And by taking it to the government, national government, before you look at it, you can scream that the principle of the national government carrying out functions that are meant to be done by a devolved structure of government is the only one they are abusing. They have done far much more, Mr. Speaker. They have, in the process, made an amorphous reference to projects and programs that they will never implement. Mr. Speaker, as I second, allow me to draw the attention of this Senate and the whole country to these big jokes. No wonder, Mr. Chairman, sir, the Minister for Finance chickened out. He didn't come before us because he knew we were going to draw his attention to the 29.77 billion shillings, which he is allowing to be taken away from county governments. If that money had been allowed to go to county governments, the shareable revenue would have risen from 387 that we have given counties to 419. This is a crime sin. Mr. Speaker, allow me, I know you won't refuse, to move a motion of censure against the Minister for Finance so as to send him a clear message. He cannot tell the media that he cannot come before our committee because he expects us to make reference to the presentation he gave in the National Assembly. He's underrating this institution to very high levels. Mr. Speaker, in this misadventure, 7.2 billion shillings meant for health by county governments has been removed and brought to Afya House. To do what, Mr. Speaker? 50 million to go to Kigumo Hospital in Nyeri. Why can they allow the governor of Nyeri to implement that development worth 50 million shillings in his hospital, in his county? Number two, 50 million to go to Kibugwa Health Center in Tarakanidhi. Why can they allow the governor of Tarakanidhi to preside over this development? Mr. Speaker, 100 million to go to Kiambu, to Listigeti hospital in a Kikuyu constituency. This is not equity. In such a hospital serving 4 million people. But in Kikuyu, not in Kikuyu, in Kiambu, there are 5 such hospitals, and they can afford to add them another 100 million so as to keep on adding insult to injury. This is a house of equity. We want to call the National Treasury to order. This is deal cutting and not budgeting. Mr. Speaker, then they have ended an amorphous thing. They call it Reproductive Maternal Neonatal Care Child and Adolescent Health Project. They have given it 1.8 billion shillings. What they want to do, they can lie to some of the senators, but you can't lie to me. I'm a doctor of medicine. I know what you're talking about. This is an opportunity to remove money from the budget. Mr. Speaker, sir, cause the minister to come before us. We want to pin him down so that this is corrected before we go to printed estimates. Mr. Speaker, they have put another one called Free Maternity Program. All Kenyans watching me now know that the Linda Mama program is not functional. It is the one where mothers used to get free treatment. And now in the budget, they have put there, Mr. Speaker, sir, 2.04 billion shillings for a program that is not functional. So on what do they want to expend these 2 billion shillings? Mr. Speaker, this country is so rich. I mean, if we can afford the luxury of billions just disappearing out of your house, imagine if that money would be pumped into our schools, would be pumped into our hospitals. Mr. Speaker, we have a great country, but we must do more as leaders. You go to Mr. Speaker, the road sector. Projects that should have been done by county governments worth 1.011 billion shillings that have been taken to the national government. To do what? To work on rural access roads in Kajiado, 65 million shillings. Why can they allow Governor Lengu of Kajiado to have these 65 million shillings, and he will decide using his county assembly on which access roads in Kajiado can be done. It simply means they want him to use the paltry budget that he has to fix those, and then there'll be double accounting. The guys at the Ministry of Health, they'll say those roads were fixed at 65 million. It's only Parliament which can correct that. And we happen at this time to be the parliamentarians. Mr. Speaker, I don't know in Kilifi. That's where you were born and bred and where you live. I don't know the senator of Mandera. On your way from Isiolo all the way to Mandera, have you ever in your life seen a project of the government constructing bus stages? Have you seen it? That these are stages, modern stages being constructed. You go to Kigali in Luanda, they have constructed proper stages. We have none. And yet, in this budget, Mr. Speaker, budget line number 109117520 is for construction of such stages. And how much money is set aside? 203 million. That will never be spent. That will make some people look richer than me. You are not richer than me, I'm telling you. You are so poor. You're going to go to your graves with a big debt of 203 million, and I'll walk to heaven with no debt of stolen money. Mr. Speaker, we cannot allow the executive to get away with this. 203 million to construct bus stages, and yet you have never seen one in Cliff, Migori. I don't know whether you've seen. I have served this country, Mr. Speaker, as a doctor in Kwale County, Mombasa County, Kisii County, Nairobi County, Kirinyaga County, and Kakamega County. I have never seen bus stages being constructed. This is theft. Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to conclude by speaking to 300 million, which again has been gutted from the devolved structure of government. And that 300 million, they are telling us they are going to use it on enhancing community resilience and water security. Please, take this 300 million, take it to Turkana, or let Turkana share with Marsabit, so that they give our children their water. Children of God. The women in Turkana spend their entire lives looking for water. They cannot be economically productive in their families. And yet you have 300 million that will sit here at Afya House, not at Afya House, at, is it called Maji House or something? At the Ministry of Water, and guys are going to share it, and our children will continue scavenging for water in Lodwar, in Kibish, in all those places, and yet the resources of the Republic of Kenya can support this. Mr. Speaker, I hope colleagues will do us a favor. If you want us to continue working for you, colleagues, as a Committee of Finance, then please be here when we bring you the report of our work. Otherwise, Mr. Chairman, I will not be coming to your meetings at 8:30. I mean at 7:30, missing breakfast with my toothless daughter. When I see her toothless mouth as I eat, I feel very nice. But you deny me that chance because I'm coming to do this work, which looks like it's thankless. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I second.
Now, honorable senators, I'll proceed to propose the question that the Senate adopts the report of the Standing Committee on Finance and Budget on the 2025 budget policy statement laid on the table of the Senate on Wednesday, the 12th March of 2025, and pursuant to Section 25(7) of the Public Finance Management Act and Standing Order 186(7) of the Senate, approves the 2025 budget policy statement. Now, the floor is open. Senator Eddy.
Mr.